There is an untold secret about Obama's ICANN surrender, and it has to do with WikiLeaks and the October surprise about Hillary Clinton. It is no secret that Julian Assange is planning something, but what? Assange himself has issued a forecast of his coming leaks, and they will involve the world's most villainous woman. But over what? What more could possibly be coming from Julian Assange? What worse news could there be about Hillary Clinton? Something worse than Benghazi? Worse than her personal server? Worse than all of our lies? Worse than her abuse of Bill Clinton's mistresses or the Clintons' link to Jeffrey Epstein? What could be worse than all of these scandals? There is something, and Julian appears to know what it is. Many are speculating that this could be the undoing, the collapse, the complete downfall of the villainess herself. Let us visit something curious that is going on, and that is the real reason behind the transfer of the internet. Is it merely because Obama is ceding power to the UN? Well, that might be a part of it, but there is much more going on here. If we look at Julian Assange's own Twitter with 191,000 followers, we see, interestingly, he had noted something in his description. The Twitter feed hasn't been active since April 2013. This would have been several months after he was granted asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. Perhaps Julian lost access to his Twitter feed in 2013. In it, you can see that Assange files a grievance against the United States as the world's largest internet censor, guilty of lying and deceit, and using ICANN to block WikiLeaks publications. And now, ICANN has been provided with the address book for the entire internet, starting on October 1st. And this was an initiative just ahead of Julian Assange's October surprise involving Hillary Clinton. Is it a coincidence that Obama would do such a thing? Absolutely not. This is Obama's version of change that America was supposed to believe in. But it isn't change at all. It's all lies and deceit. It is Obama who is at the helm of the greatest stripping away of the rights of free speech and rights of press that we have ever seen in modern history. He and Hillary Clinton will do anything to stop the truth from being known about them. If you'll hearken back with me to an interesting situation in 2012, another man threatened to expose a presidential candidate that year as well. His name was Andrew Breitbart. Breitbart was charismatic, outspoken, and his influence was growing rapidly by the day. The liberal media hated him because he didn't follow the rules. He infuriated the left with his quick, witty responses and his lack of political correctness. The left hates the truth very, very much, as they have erected an empire of lies. 2012 was an unusual year. Andrew Breitbart stood at CPAC on national television and proclaimed something a little bit bizarre. It was against a presidential candidate and a sitting president at the time. Immediately, the media went into a frenzy, trying to discredit Breitbart, even suggesting that he had a drug addiction and couldn't be trusted. And so the media's fears were made known then. Breitbart had planned to reveal something about the lamestream media's boss named Barack. An extraordinary claim that linked Obama solidly to a man named William Ayers. Most people don't know the truth about William Ayers and Bernardine Dohrn, and that's because so little was ever made public about them by the US government. But Breitbart had a small piece of the truth, and he planned, like Assange, to deliver it to the public. And he promised, like Assange, that it was going to be the undoing of a presidential candidate during that year, an election year. There are many, many, many similarities between the events that played out in 2012 involving Andrew Breitbart and what we are seeing now in 2016 involving Julian Assange. Both threatened presidential candidates during election years. Both did so on national television. Both appeared to have received intelligence or some type of piece of evidence that was not previously made known to the public. Both of them had leaked evidence of a scandal that would inevitably destroy the chances of the competitors for president in 2012 and 2016. Though there is one difference between Breitbart and Assange. Breitbart was poisoned, and Assange is still alive, though his lawyer has already been murdered, and there are multiple attempts by assassins to infiltrate the Ecuadorian embassy. One has to wonder if Breitbart anticipated that his life would be in danger by what he said on national television. Like his fellow journalist, Assange has also gone to national television and proclaimed that he had access to a treasure trove of detail into the truth of the villainess herself. But it's not just a personal scandal here. It seems to go beyond this. Something that is so threatening that the chief himself had to abandon all American sovereignty over the internet to avoid a blow-up. That being said, will we ever see the truth revealed? I still think it's a possibility that October might bring a surprise. No doubt, however, that Obama handing the internet addresses over to ICANN was a significant setback to the agenda of Julian Assange.
The other thing is, who gets hurt from this? The American people. The way to deal with, in the national security of the United States, the way to deal with this is pretty simple. We got special ops forces. I mean, a dead man can't leak stuff. This guy's a traitor, a treasonous, and he has broken every law of the United States. The guy ought to be, and I'm not for the death penalty, so if I'm not for the death penalty, the only one to do it, illegally shoot the son of a...
Oh, what about it?
Oh, I can't believe it. I'm along with Bob. You know what? When he comes out and says that he's holding everyone hostage, that he's going to release the names of people, putting them in harm's way to be killed, or whatever, soldiers, and people who are undercover with the CIA, this guy's got to go. And nobody should hold this country. We do agree with each other, Bob. Immune him.